was you and Kid put me on Front Street. You you through
Yeah, I was
trimming my
looking for
hair?
my yeah, I was looking for my mirror so you can see.
Hello?
Kid,
Yeah.
what you doing?
What's up?
Let me ask you a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you remember when the family got? I'm sitting here with Peaches. Do you remember when the family got into it with the L. Rookins?
Man, I was a kid.
You was a kid,
Yeah.
so you don't remember.
I remember it, but I don't like remember all the details. Why? What's up? Talk about we came to y'all house?
Y'all came to my our house.
To
Yeah.
my house.
Peaches said her house.
Our house too.
Y'all came to both houses.
Yeah. You know,
There
there was
was a lot
some
of
there
them.
wasn't enough room in the houses for everybody.
Wasn't that she we was both debating who that fight was over. She said Lee. I thought it was JR.
No, it was over Cookie.
It was over Cook. What happened?
That's what Beverly say.
What ended up happening?
Cookie and one of them women, men was messing around and stuff. They said, I don't know if that's true, but Beverly said. Yeah, I thought it was over JR too.
Me too. That's what I thought.
I don't know who it was over.
I
But
don't
what?
know. You know, Beverly say some stuff, but they don't be true. So I don't know.
But
Like I
what?
thought that was young.
What wasn't we supposed to have? Wasn't our family was supposed to have won that fight though?
Huh?
From what I heard, didn't our family was supposed to have won that fight though?
That's what they said.
Right. But that's why it got even worse because they wanted more retaliation because they didn't win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Peaches was under the impression you was actually fighting too. I said Kid was young.
I was a little kid.
I told you Mama was protecting her baby getting from over there.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's what she said. Yeah. So Peaches was trying to remember the story and things like that, and I was trying to make sure that I was just listening basically, but I know some of the stuff that was told to us when we were coming up, and some of the things she was saying I remembered, but some of it I didn't.
Like I told him, Cookie and Beverly know more about it than I did.
You hear me, Unc?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what I said?
You said you remember some of the outstanding stuff?
I remember some of the things she was saying, but I don't remember a lot of the other things she was saying. Though I ain't remember that.
Like I told him, I didn't remember a lot of it because I wasn't there. Cookie and Beverly know more about it than I do. Even Put and Shirley.
Do you remember, Unc? Do you remember actually at that time being in the house with all them when you was coming up? Do you remember being in the house with all them? I'm talking about your brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. Was it? This what I'm saying, kid. Was there ever a time when you was coming up in the house? Like how many of your brothers and sisters actually was in the house with you at one time when you was coming up?
Like living there?
Yeah.
Cookie,
Well,
Beverly.
in 821, it was a lot of
But for the
them.
most part, the oldest
That
three.
living there, they would come over,
Cookie
but I
and
don't remember
Beverly.
nobody. I don't remember nobody really living there for DC and Foot.
UV and put Lee wasn't even there?
No, Lee had his own thing.
Your mama was there. Lee was there
Yeah,
too.
he know that.
No, I'm talking about living. I said
Your
living.
mama was living there. Your mama, every time she got pregnant, she'd go home to mama.
Hell,
Candy.
I don't remember Candy living there.
And you know he'll know because he was the baby, so you know he'll know. She probably came over, but she didn't live there. Why
She
was
was
she?
living there, and your daddy was too.
I heard of that before.
You heard that before?
I heard of that before. I don't know how true it was, but I definitely heard of that.
Yeah, but that probably was before my time.
No, you was there
Well,
too.
I was a baby that didn't remember. When did they live with us?
You was there too. Talk to your
Wasn't that 4415?
No. 821.
Preacher, we moved out of 821 when I was like 4 or 5. You think I remember them living here?
That's where the fight was at.
I know. I remember that so far because that was something big. We moved out. We had to move.
Kid, let me ask you this question, right? Pertaining to my mother, right? Like pertaining to my mother, right? What did you know about her? Like, what did you know about her?
That she was my sister.
Yeah.
She had my nieces and nephews. She went for Big Thomas. She baked good cake.
So you didn't really know nothing about her childhood and stuff?
He didn't know
No,
about her being in no game. That's what you
I wasn't a baby.
ask Cookie.
Did you ever hear about her being in the Black Panthers? Because Auntie Peaches said my mama used to be a Black Panther. You ever heard of that?
No, I don't know. I don't know none of their childhood. Another guy, they 20 years older than me. 15, 19 years older than me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You never heard of none of these stories at all like this?
No, I was in y'all era.
Right. But I'm just saying, you know how sometimes family be talking and some of the family secrets and stories be told? You never heard of none of this?
You need to call Benny and EJ because they asked all the questions.
So you never had questions to ask?
They asked all the questions about all that stuff. I was with y'all, man.
So let me ask you this question, Unc. So you the youngest out of all grandma kids. So how was your childhood then? You were just like what? Just kicking it?
Yeah, I had all y'all.
Okay.
All my nieces and nephews came over every day.
Right. Okay.
Different one.
Okay, look. So do you remember when grandma was running numbers?
Yeah.
You remember that well?
Yeah, I remember she used to play that body flip and all that.
She used to play what?
It was called the potty flip or something like that, where they stamped them numbers and write numbers down on paper that people would bet.
Right. And she used to be doing that all the time, right? I definitely remember that coming up. I remember seeing her notebooks all the time, and people would be coming to her, and she'll be running the numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that the same running numbers like the movie Hoodlum?
Yeah. Like the lottery.
So 9 times out of 10, she was actually doing that for somebody.
Yeah.
You don't know who though, right?
No.
You don't know who when we was coming up?
No.
What about you, Peach? So she was working for the mob and kept that secret and nobody knew, huh?
She was working for who?
The mob.
Oh, baby.
Right. And nobody knew. Look, Peaches said she don't even know.
Ask Beverly.
And you don't even know. You hear me?
Beverly and Cookie know.
A crazy thing, but we know she was doing it. I remember that. So look, okay, so let me ask you this, kid. So by you being the youngest, and grandma had you at what age? She was in her 40s? She was 40?
Yeah.
Did you remember your relationship with her?
Yeah.
You remember it well?
I mean, you know what? 30-something years, man. It's late.
How old was you? How old was you when she took sick?
When she took sick, like 12, 11, no, yeah, 12.
So you were 12 years old?
Yep.
Wow. You know what's crazy? You say that was the same age I was when mama took sick.
I don't know. Hold on. Was I 12 or was I 12 and a half?
What's the difference? 12 and a half, 12. But this what I finna say. I was that same age when mama took sick. I was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's huh?
They both passed the same way.
Yeah. 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 And see, and that's the thing I be trying to do. I'm just trying to gather family information that I
Now,
can.
what's the difference in you and Roger's age?
I'm 45.
We like 3 years apart. See.
I'm 45.
I'm 47, going to be 48 this year.
Me too.
2 years. Me and Humberline a year apart, and me and you 2 years. You and Humberline a year apart, right?
Right. Right. So my uncle kid, we like the same. We like around the same age.
Who you talking to?
I'm just talking on my I'm just talking on my Patreon. I ain't talking to nobody.
He talking to me.
I'm talking. Listen, this is what I'm doing. On my Patreon channel, me and Peaches be doing a show called Back Down Memory Lane, where we talk about the past and things like that. So it ain't no live show or nothing. It's just something I upload on my Patreon that people watch and things like that since they subscribe to the channel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm glad I got you here though. Hold on.